Hey everyone, this is Ryder from Skip. It's Wednesday, June 2nd. I hope you had a great long weekend. Important update today on all things SBA and the ending of the PPP program. It was officially announced by Isabel Guzman. I'm going to talk about the ending, what she said, and what's next. You know, there are three things that I'm specifically going to talk about for you to keep an eye out on if you need more funding for your business or as an individual. So let me dive right in. I'll keep this brief today. Thanks so much for subscribing and supporting our channel. Be sure to like this video so more people see it and watch until the end. Okay, here's the announcement. May 31st was the last day of the PPP. SBA Administrator issues statement on the closure of the PPP. PPP has provided nearly $800 billion to small businesses and nonprofits across the nation, fueling the economy by supporting over 8.5 million small businesses and nonprofits. Here's one of Isabel Guzman's quotes. I want to point out, I'm proud of the work we did to begin to rectify these inequities. In 2021, 96% of PPP loans went to small businesses with fewer than 20 employees. Moving forward, we will continue to prioritize equity in all SBA's programs and services. And it's worth repeating that the PPP is only one of 8 disaster relief programs established by Congress to assist small businesses during the pandemic. The others include the EIDL loan program, the EIDL Advance, Targeted EIDL Advance, Supplemental EIDL Advance, lots to unpack there, the RRF, the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant, and the SBA Debt Relief Program. But still, many of you reported not receiving PPP funds. They closed it right when you were in the queue. You were stuck with one of the lenders. So I'll talk about what you can do. And of course, many of you still need or want support for your business to help you grow. So the latest PPP report also came out on May 31st. I'll briefly pull out a few numbers here. So summary of all PPP approved lending, $799 billion, $832 million, $866,520 from over 5,000 lenders, and over 11 million loans were approved. Over 6.6 million this year alone. And this is interesting that there were nearly 4 million first draw loans this year alone. So for whatever reason, nearly 4 million businesses or sole proprietors missed the news last year in 2020 and decided that they could get a first draw PPP loan, which is quite surprising to see that number. The average loan size here is $18,288. So this of course by and large is probably sole proprietors, individuals who realized that it was worth their while to apply for two reasons. One, they didn't have to deduct any EIDL advance. That was a rule change, I believe, in December. And two, that they could use their gross earnings amount on their Schedule C, not their net amount. So that made the difference for a lot of people, and I think that's why we see nearly 4 million loans approved for first-time PPP borrowers versus 2.9 million for second draw loans. So nearly 1 million more people took first draw loans this year than second draw loans. The other thing I want to point out, because this number has increased over the past few months, loans 50,000 and under account for nearly 90% of all PPP loans. So specifically, it's 87%. Again, it points to that long tail. Many individuals, sole proprietors, people filing their Schedule C were able to successfully apply and get funded through the PPP program, which is great to see. You know, for many of you, this is the big deal. You know, the EIDL grants has taken a while. And when you compare the amount of approvals, let's say for targeted EIDL grants, which is around 150,000 versus PPP first draw loans, which is in the millions, I mean, it is a magnitude difference. So I'm really glad to see the number of people that were able to be helped through the PPP program. The last thing to point out here, number 6 in terms of total loans approved is Cross River Bank. And you know, many of the fintech companies use Cross River Bank, including Bluevine, one of our partners, and others. Prestamos CDFI, I don't know who their front end was, but you can see a lot of the other common top PPP lender names right here. So the program has ended, and the question is, now what? What can you do if you're still waiting, if you were stuck, if you did not get PPP funding, or if you just need more funding? 3 things. First thing, Senator Rosen introduced the Keeping Our Promise to Small Businesses Act to help Nevada small business access the PPP funds they were promised. This was on May 19th. Just to be clear, the bill will provide $5 billion through the end of May to fund approved applications of small businesses with 100 or fewer employees in hard-hit states with greater than 6% unemployment rate. So basically all the people that were sent to the SBA and they said, no, sorry, we can't process anymore. We can only do CDFIs or other community banks. This proposal would allow those people in the queue to get funded. Now, since this was proposed 2 weeks ago, we haven't heard much. I've been tracking it. We haven't seen new information here, but of the proposals to get more allocation for PPP funding, especially people that were already in the queue, this does have the most support. Now, of course, there's always rumors about a third PPP, the fact that businesses, of course, want more help, As of right now, this is the only thing that really is being discussed, and I don't know if this is actually going to go through or not, but we are keeping an eye on it. The second thing is other SBA programs. Now, there's the debt relief program I'll talk about in a video tomorrow, so be sure to subscribe. I'll talk about that. But I did this poll last week, over 5,000 votes. Have you received any SBA funding over the past year? 71% of you said yes. 29% of you said no. But there's a lot beyond PPP. Of course, the majority of you are still waiting for your EIDL loan increases. There's no update there. I've emailed the SBA to try to find out what's going on. The vast majority of you still are waiting on your EIDL loan increases, and it's just the typical process. It needs to go to a loan officer who needs to review everything. But it has been around 2 months since you had the option of requesting additional EIDL loans. Again, these aren't grants, they aren't forgivable, but they're 3.75% interest, which is still a great opportunity. You know, it is over 30 years. So that's the one aspect. Then, of course, targeted and supplemental. Most of you are still waiting for targeted and supplemental. We do hope that this week the SBA will release good news and they'll start inviting more people to apply for targeted EIDL advances. That's up to 10K. Again, it's a small amount, but I know it helps so many of you. It makes a big difference. So I'm watching those. I went over some of the latest data last week. I'm not going to rehash them here, but as soon as we get more data or more information from the SBA, from our SBA contacts, of course, I'll report them. So there's those federal programs, and there's still a lot of money at the federal level. Now, of course, you know we cover private grants, city grants, state grants. We cover a lot of the alternatives on our blog and our app. I'm going to be announcing more later this week as well, and we'll be posting them on the app. But if you do want more hand-holding, again, what grants are out there for you depending on where you live, what might be right for your business. A lot of the times I say, look, if you need capital to grow your business, there's a lot of low interest loan options if you have good cash flow. Of course, many of you already know this, but I'm just saying, there is a lot of funding and money available for you as a sole proprietor, entrepreneur, small business owner. So there's a lot out there. If you want one-on-one help talking through some of these programs, for the last year, we've been helping a small number of folks apply for these programs, understand progress. We are opening this up to a very small number of people, again, because this is one-on-one support. It's an option. It's not for everyone. We announced it on our app already, but I'm announcing it here for the first time today. You can go to helloskip.com/loan-concierge. I'll leave the link right below. Probably accept another 10 to 20 folks. You can see if there's availability when you go to this page and go through the form. It's basically monthly support, but you can cancel anytime, where we check in with you. We go over your options. We go over what you applied for, what's out there for you, some things for you to keep in mind, and provide some peace of mind for you and your business as well. Again, I'll leave the link right below. Small number of people. I may talk about this more next week. And of course, if you do go here and you're shut out, just know that we are trying to grow this program. Probably next month, we will open this up to more people as we grow our team. And I will do an in-depth video on this later as well. But the main idea is, as your business grows in the coming months, you will have someone who you can go to talk through all these programs. In case you're tired of watching EIDL PPP progress on a daily basis, we'll do a lot of that for you. So something to keep in mind. Of course, we still have a lot of great free information on the Skip app. Hello Skip in the App Store and Google Play. We're releasing a new version next week as well with even more information. Most importantly, I hope your week is off to a great start. Stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.